last year, the chairman of Icahn Enterprises and a big holder of Apple shares, Carl Icahn, tweeted this. He prompted Apple to return more money to its shareholders. Then on Wednesday, he tweeted this, saying he'll send another letter to Apple CEO Tim Cook. The letter has now been published. Let's go to CNN Money digital correspondent Paul LaMonica for the details. So, Paul, Carl Icahn at it again. What does he want now?
Yeah, same as it ever was, if you will. I mean, he's just asking for more share buybacks from Apple. He thinks the stock is significantly undervalued, believes it could be worth double where it's currently trading. Over $200 a share is what he said in the letter. But there isn't a heck of a lot new here. He just, once again, wants Apple to use some of its mountain of cash to buy back shares.
Paul, I never understand this. Why wouldn't it be better for them to use their mountain of cash to invest in things that keep them as the world's #1 brand, especially how competitive the landscape is, and the fact that wearables are coming, maybe payment systems are coming, you need content deals. Don't they need that money to grow?
They definitely do, and I think what we have here is the classic case of Icahn being more of a short-term investor, a hedge fund, and he doesn't have the long-term view. To be fair to Icahn, he went out of his way to praise Tim Cook and the company's strategy. But let's be honest, to stay on top in tech, you need to invest in research and development. I looked at the letter. The word innovation or innovations was mentioned only 6 times, repurchase or repurchases 16 times. Icahn doesn't care what Apple's going to do 5 years from now. He wants the stock to go up 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, and that is really, really important for investors to keep in mind when they think, and yet people seem to pay attention to him. I don't know if he makes things happen or he's in the right place at the right time. I'm a little bit of a skeptic on that, but do you think this is going to move the needle? Tim Cook seems to have been able to sort of resist him or at least talk to him and incorporate him sometime. It doesn't seem as public and as vicious as some of Carl Icahn's other battles. Do we think that's going to remain the case, or could this get a little nasty?
It could get nasty if Apple stock underperforms, which it has not been. So I think right now Cook has the upper hand. But if things shift and all of a sudden people aren't feeling so confident about Apple's growth strategy, maybe Icahn will have more leverage. And keep in mind, Icahn demanded that eBay split up into 2. He backed off of that. And then what did eBay do last week? It split into 2. So Icahn has a funny way of getting what he wants.
Yeah, he does. But you're right. When it's a company that is sort of, I don't want to say struggling, but it is at a crossroads, then there does seem to be action. Right now, Apple seems to be riding high. How are investors feeling about them quickly, Paul? They seem to get their mojo back with the announcement. Then we had some bad rollouts of some iOS 8 update. How are things right now?
The stock is still not too far from its all-time high. I think really things like the the hacking with celebrity nude photos, the iCloud, and the Bendgate, which really turned out to be much ado about nothing. People are going to get over that and realize that the 6 and 6 Plus are pretty solid products. They have an announcement coming on October 16th, likely to see some new Macs as well as new iPads. So as long as Apple continues to wow its fans, and there are legion, then the stock's probably going to be okay, no matter how loud Icahn wants to talk about more stock buybacks being needed.